to welcome everyone here to the 13th in the series of convocation ceremonies in Covenant University. The release of Eagles 2018 convocation ceremony indeed represents the rite of passage to higher levels of responsibility and a time to mark the validation of Covenant University's total subscription to the realization of our vision, mission, and strategic goals, which is to culminate in the age-long substantiation and credence of the pursuit of learning and character worthiness as incorporated in our motto, raising a new generation of leaders. We are indeed happy to release to the world an army of reformers fresh from the stable of our university. I acknowledge all that outstretched hand of God has manifested, secured for Covenant University since inception, celebrating the goodness and faithfulness of God as evident in the trailblazing and pathfinding testimonies as chronicled in the Vice Chancellor's presentation this morning. To God alone be all the glory. Shall we give the Lord a big hand of praise? We all know that every marvelous act is the doing of the Lord. Our vision emphasis as a university is to raise a new generation of leaders who will restore the dignity of our great nation and indeed the dignity of the black race. Since inception as a university, we have continued with all tenacity to take steps towards this great future we envision as visible pathways emerge for our nation and continent. We have also kept pace in addressing issues indigenous to our base, as well as institute values and practices that truly define us as a people, giving us a place of relevance in the global scheme of things. Covenant University is therefore a royal academy, as it were, the birthplace of God-fearing and people-based leadership, as encapsulated in scriptures. It's written, moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men. So we believe in capacity building. Such as fear God. We believe that the fear of God helps to raise quality leaders. Hating men of truth, integrity, hating covetousness, contentment at every point, and place them over the people. Our strength as an institution is in our emphasis on personal discipline and character, which we believe are fundamental requirements for all agents of change and credible leaders. As Billy Graham once said, if you lose money, you have lost something. If you lose your health, you have lost something precious. But if you lose your character, you have lost everything. This is what informs the Total Man Concept university-wide course at Covenant University. Our path and approach as a university can therefore only be best understood when viewed from the perspective of the vision that gave birth to it. There is indeed a dearth of leadership in our nation at all levels today. Even the blind can see it. We have quite an army of men with capacity, but mostly godless individuals with lack of integrity, which has become the norm rather than the exception among the vast majority of our people. Covetousness has also become the cancer of our leadership structure across the length and breadth of our great continent. Our vast natural resources as a people have become the private estate of a number of our self-centered leaders across the board. This is our awful situation as a people. Africa today is at the precipice of a total collapse, except a new generation of leaders take the stage. J.F. Kennedy once noted, it's not just education we need today, but the right kind of education. This is our vision, this is our mission, this is our commitment at Covenant University towards raising a new generation of leaders for our nation and for this vast continent. We therefore do not need just education. We desperately need the right kind of education, raising the right kind of leaders, promoting the right kind of values, and graduating the right kind of students to bring about the quality and transformational changes that this part of the world desperately requires today. The place of quality education can therefore not be overemphasized, as it has proved to be a most veritable vehicle for national transformation in human history. No nation ever rises above high investment in quality education. Education has been the foundation for true and enduring development. A former Prime Minister of the island was once asked, how did your nation come out of high economic ruts? And he answered, education, education, and more education. A change of approach in providing the right kind of education is our number one and avowed commitment here at Covenant University. Our founding philosophy is one that espoused, our founding philosophy espouses on this change. Change is our revolutionary drive as captured in our founding philosophy lines. A departure from form to skill, a departure from knowledge to empowerment, a departure from figures to future building, a departure from legalism to realism, a departure from points to facts, and a departure from mathematics to lifematics. It is this same passion that informs our three-pronged mission statement as a university. One, to raise a new generation of leaders through a qualitative and life-applicable training system that focuses on values and skill development. Two, to raise a new generation of leaders through a broad-based quality education built on sound biblical principles, culminating in the birth of pathfinders, pace-setters, and trailblazers. Three, to raise a new generation of leaders who shall redeem the battered image of the black race and restore her lost glory as this trained army of reformers begin to build the old waste, repair the wasted cities, and raise the desolation of many generations. That is exemplified on this campus since inception. I'm sure this audience would like to know, since 1999 that this mission moved to this campus, there has never been power outage. This audience should know that since this Covenant University started, there has not been water failure in our pipes. It can be done. All we need is that possibility mentality coupled with capacity building. People who know what they are doing and know how to do it and continues to learn how to do it better. That is the kind of army of leaders we are raising into the world. They listen to the world. I believe the greatest challenge of the 21st century Africa is that of leadership. Whereas leadership is not an endowment, it's a commitment to the future that makes great leaders. Someone once said, politicians think only of the next election. It is great leaders that are concerned about the next generation. But what is leadership? Here at Covenant University, we believe that there is a leadership seed in every mortal man. However, this seed remains largely uncultivated by many all through their lives. And this is why we believe everyone can become a leader in his or her field and for the benefit of humanity, if he or she knows what it takes and is willing to give it all it takes. Leadership in our context is defined as not just occupying a position, but making outstanding contributions. Leadership is not talking the lead. There are too many leadership speakers all around the world today, but taking the lead in a particular field. You want to teach me leadership? Let me see how that imparts on your little business. Let me see how that imparts in your career. Let me see what contributions you are making, not just talking it, but taking the lead to prove that what you are saying is valid. Leadership is not in the titles we wear, but in the values we bear. There are many title bearers that don't have 1 degree impact, yet they have all the titles on their head. Leadership is not an endowment, but a product of outstanding accomplishment. In my view, nobody should be allowed to take public positions without proofs of his background. Nobody should. Somebody has never seen 1,000 naira sitting over a budget of 1 billion. He will mess up. He will. It's better we redefine democracy. We need to. Because just anybody can come in at any time who may not even know how to sign his name. How do you move a people forward with that capacity? You can be a good one, but if you are not a good driver, you will bring accident. You will cause accident. It's not enough to be a good man. You must be a good driver to occupy the driver's seat. That's why we are committed to capacity building. Get these people through the crucible of living. Let them know what living is all about and how to make the most of it. Let them learn how to have value for human lives and how to be part of contributing on how to make life better for all. Even to get a cook in your house, you do interviews. To get a driver, you do interviews. How do we come by a leader that does not even know the definition of leadership? How will he perform? That's where we are. We just need to come back because nobody's coming to solve a problem for us. We need to sit up and face the problems and be determined to have them solved. Leadership is not an endowment, but a product of outstanding accomplishment. We believe that leaders are learners, and every committed learner is a potential leader. So as we release the eagles of today, you are only changing from one phase of learning to the next. And learning is a lifelong adventure, so keep at it. It is said that any degree will lose its virtues after 5 years without knowledge being added to it. Wake up. Every potential leader is a committed learner. Here at Covenant, we believe that leadership is a product of one's tireless commitment to improvement in the pursuit of one's vision and mission. Finally, leadership is a product of setting the pace, taking the lead, and blazing the trail in one's field. In conclusion, as observed by Awuah 2007 president of Asahi University, Ghana, in his exposition on how to educate leaders, he said, the question of transformation in Africa really is a question of leadership. Africa can only be transformed by enlightened leaders. The manner in which we educate our leaders is fundamental to progress on this continent. In Covenant University, we have been very intentional in the way leaders are raised. We are driven by a vision of possibilities, and we take the steps of faith through working out practical and life-applicable principles. This is what underscores the possibility mentality, which is one of our core values at Covenant University. This also is what informs one of our university-wide courses, the Total Man concept. Entrepreneurial development studies, as well as towards a total graduate. not just passing through Covenant University, but getting Covenant University to pass through you. So our graduates are prepared to hit the ground running as they step out of the university. To our graduates, class of 2018, the Riga said, welcome to a world of unlimited opportunities. You have been raised as new generation leaders, so set forth and give all the leadership virtues you carry visible expression. There is a place for you at the top if you're interested. As I've often said again and again, the world is waiting for you. You cannot afford to be wasting away. You don't make progress sitting down, you make progress taking steps. Beware of downtime. Downtime causes decadence. Whatever your hand finds to do it with all your might, and it will, life will keep opening to you one chapter after another. No downtime. No stopping, no parking, keep moving. As you hit your NYC ground, keep moving. Always seek opportunities where to add value. And watch how your life will keep on being decorated from day to day. There is nothing mystical about success. It is simply a product of the pursuit of tried, tested, and proven principles. It is the end product of a process. Today, as we release you as agents of change into your world, continue to see the problems around us in this great nation, Nigeria and Africa at large, as ordinary challenges, provoking the champions in you to come alive. I charge you all to start thinking futuristically, strategically, productively, thinking solutions and thinking change. In closing, may I identify 5 rungs on the ladder on your way to making maximum impact in the journey of life. 1, have a vision. Know where you belong. Commit yourself to getting there. 2, have a coach. Look out for one. Look out for some that are in your field, whose steps you can follow by the results they're playing. Don't follow those who explain how to get there. Follow those who have obtained, who have arrived there, and then you get there. 3, commit to the pursuit of your vision. 4, very importantly, remain committed to God, because without God you can do nothing. And 5, give your vision all it takes to accomplish it. I charge you all to uphold the core values of the Covenant University as a lifestyle as you embark on this new phase of your life. As you are aware, these include spirituality, integrity, possibility mentality, capacity building, responsibility, diligence, and sacrifice. Always remember, it is the help of God that makes high flyers. Therefore, remain committed and connected to God, and remain committed to the good of others. As you are being released today as eagles, you shall not cease to soar, and your wings shall never be clipped. I congratulate all parents and guardians of our graduates of today, and I pray that every one of you lives long to enjoy the fruits of your labor. I also congratulate the management, our eminent professors, faculty, and staff of Covenant University for your profound contributions both to the lives and careers of the Riga set graduating today. May the labor of each of you continues to be openly rewarded. May I also appreciate the keynote speaker of today, Mrs. Ibukwan Woshika, a woman of substance and a leader of leaders, for honoring the invitation of Covenant University on this occasion. Let me also at this point acknowledge the enormous input of members of the Board of Regents in driving the vision and mission of Covenant University. Thank you all for listening, and God bless.